through the hard times, through the excitement of the company growing. And in connecting to something other than the money, I was finally able to really see and understand what it was that motivated me. And I confessed to them that money was not my highest priority in business. My highest priority was camaraderie.
When you first jump, let me tell you something, your parachute will not open right away. I'm sorry. I wish I could tell you it did, but it don't. When you jump, it's not going to open right away. You're gonna hit them rocks.
And let me show you how to acquire. If you start at age 15, between ages 15 and 35 is 20 years. 20 years, in my opinion, is enough time to become financially independent.
Or sugarcane, wherever you come from. You come from the island, it's sugarcane and beans. You come from America, it's cotton. And you build in America, right? If you are Hispanic, you probably migrant work, like you cherries, apples, whatever. All right? So because we've been enslaved, what happens now is that we see wealth as money. All right? And I want you to understand something. When I break down what wealth is to you, money is low-hanging fruit. It's the easiest thing to get. I just want to make sure you're clear on that. And the reason why I say that is I want to help you. Because what happens for a lot of us is we get money and then all of a sudden we think we made it. You have not. Money is the easiest thing you can get. Why? Because you live in a capitalistic society. So money is the easiest thing to get. Being in a relationship for a long period of time and not getting a divorce, that's hard to do. Having a successful relationship with your kids, that's a hard thing to do.
I wanted to connect. I wanted to bring something of value to the customer. I wanted to think about the customer. I wanted to be myself. And I wanted to market in a way that was inclusive and created a community. And in that community, we could do something more than just sell products. And so we decided to sell that company because they felt the same. And they wanted to do something based on passion. They wanted to have the energy and excitement to see things through. And for 3 very different reasons, we decided to form Quest Nutrition. Now, as I mentioned, I grew up in a morbidly obese family. So for me, I was never going to chase money again. And I told them that. I was only going to focus on value creation.
So what I want you to understand is when you make money and you walking around with the Louis bag, I feel you. Congratulations. That's the lowest level, though. That's like getting a GED. I just want to make sure I'm clear. That's a GED. Because what? They sell Louis. They don't sell how to be in a successful marriage. They don't have that. You can't go to the store and get that. You can't go buy, I got $2,000. I want to have a great marriage. All right, bet. Give me the $2,000. Here go a receipt. Come back in a month if it don't work. They ain't got no courses for you and your kids. So I just need you to understand, there's nothing wrong with making a lot of money and buying stuff. But you cannot make money and then walk around thinking you all that in a bag of chips. You got a GED. Congratulations. We should have throw a little party for you. A little baby one though. You ain't graduated from college. Ain't nobody about to cash you out. It's a GED. You feel me? But you should be proud. Put it up on the wall. But because you make money and you live in a house and you got stuff, that's not what Dr. Martin Luther King died for. He wasn't on that.
And it had to be something that I had a deep and personal connection to. So for me, I started thinking every day about saving my mom and my sister. My mom and my sister are both morbidly obese and have been essentially my entire life. And I knew that I was going to lose them too soon if I couldn't solve the problem of how they ended up there. I wanted to give them food that they could choose based on taste, and it happened to be good for them. Now, if that doesn't sound hard, let me assure you that it is very hard. And there was one point in my life where we were making the bars by hand, and it was so hard and so painful that I would wake up, this is a true story, I would wake up in the middle of the night with my hands cramping closed. That's a weird way to wake up, let me just tell you right now. But I wanted it that bad. Now, we started producing the bars in Compton. And on the line, this is another true story.
You're gonna get some skin tore off on them cliffs. You're gonna get all your clothes tore off. You're gonna get some cuts on you. You're gonna be bleeding pretty bad. But eventually, the parachute has to open. That is a promise of God. Here's another thing. You can play it safe and deal without the cuts and the tears. And you can stand on that cliff of life forever safe. But if you don't jump, I got another promise I can make you. Your parachute will never open. You'll never know. You'll never know what God really has for you. I was speaking at a school once. I was talking to the students, principal was mortified with my message because I was telling the truth. I was telling the kids, your education is important.
On the line, we had Bloods and Crips. And in the middle of it, you got the crazy white guy. Now, the reason it worked was because I was prepared to outwork everybody else. I knew exactly what I wanted. I had my why. I had my goal, and it was very specific. And this is the thing about goals. They have to be incredibly specific. And my goal was to end metabolic disease. Not sell a lot of protein bars, that was not the goal. I wanted to end metabolic disease, and that informed every choice that we made as entrepreneurs every time that we had to answer a hard question, one that might impact profitability, or how late we were gonna have to work, or what we were gonna have to do, and it almost always was difficult, including, by the way, we had to become our own manufacturers, which we did not want to do. We wanted to outsource it. We just wanted to be marketers, but nobody would make the bar for us.
If you're not, you don't live in the wrong country. Probably what's happened is you have the wrong plan. And it's easy to be a nice person with the wrong plan. I found that when I was 25 years old. I was broke at age 25, and I was a nice guy. You would have liked me. But I'm telling you, my plans up until then, especially my financial plan, left me broke. I totally changed it the next 6 years, and I became financially independent. It is possible in a reasonable amount of time. Whatever, 20 years time, enough time. You can do it in a much shorter period of time, like I did if you want to. But this is a reasonable enough time. But here's number one. First of all, you gotta have the right philosophy. Philosophy is our ability to gather knowledge and sort through it and decide what's value.
But your education is not the most important thing in your life. I'm sorry, it's not. Your dream is the most important thing in this world. Principal came up on the stage while I was speaking. Don't ever say that to my school again. Well, I'm just telling you, dog. You can save your kids a lot of pain if you ever talk to them about their dreams. You got to talk to young people about their dreams. If you talk to kids about their dreams, your dreams can spur you to get the education. But if you never find out what a child is dreaming about, you can't hold their attention. It's the dream, man. You got to dream about something so big that it dwarfs all your fears. The way you overcome fear is with your dream. You got to make your dream so big that nothing matters except that dream. You're willing to do everything that's necessary. I was listening to Will Smith the other day. Will Smith said the best things in life is on the other side of fear. It's on the other side of fear. But fear freezes people, man. The fear of failure freezes people. Suppose I don't do it. Well, you might not make it.
To develop a philosophy about life, a philosophy about our health, a philosophy about our family relationships, a philosophy about economics. And if you develop the right philosophy, that's what helps to set this sail so that in 6 years it takes you where you want to go instead of winding up like I did that first 6 years of my economics, broke, no money, empty bank account. Now let me give you a couple of philosophies to consider. Here's the first one. It's called the philosophy of the poor. Poor people usually spend their money and invest what's left. That's the philosophy of the poor. Now here's the philosophy of the rich. Rich people invest their money and spend what's left. And here's the startling answer. It really doesn't matter what the amount is. What's most important is not the amount. What's really important is the philosophy. So I would ask you to adopt this philosophy.